There's nothing for us this weekend, so let's get on with it. Welcome to the Mexican Grand Prix. Goals. They want me to finish first. That's fine, no problem. Finish first either around Mexico, Brazil or Abu Dhabi. Oh, just remember, Abu Dhabi's around here. They think I'm staying with them, they're mistaken. Everything looks alright. We didn't change the gearbox. We think the gearbox has still got plenty of life left in it. So we'll keep on it. Gearbox 2's got 44, Gearbox 1's got 51. So what does that say? For P3, Q, yeah, that's for P1 and P2. No problem. So look at your standings. So we're already champion. We were champion years ago. So the fight now is for second place between Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. Esteban Ocon in fourth place. And Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton round out your top 10. Has Stoffel scored yet? Nope, Stoffel has not scored yet. Even though that Renault, that McLaren, is... Where is that McLaren? Oh, where is it? There, no, there it is. Well, it's actually fourth worst. Interesting. Interesting one, that. So, what we are going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to get racing. And we are here in Mexico, so let's get out there. And let's see if we can't do the business.
Formula One may have been absent from Mexico for 23 years, but after 2015's triumphant return, it was as if we'd never been away. In Mexico, a Grand Prix is more than just a race. It's a celebration of speed and of bravery. There's nothing quite like the atmosphere in the stadium today. They'll be drowning out the cars with their noise as they make their way through on lap 1. 17 corners then at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 10 to the right and 7 to the left, and all of them will have to be tackled in difficult, wet conditions here today. No DRS assistance either, at least not for the start of the race, but the best overtaking opportunities will still be down into turn 1 or shortly afterwards into turn 4. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Paul. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off with the title already in the
Please
bag.
stop talking about me.
It is well-deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well-managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Paul lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Ocon, Nico Hülkenberg and Alonso, Verstappen, Hamilton, Raikkonen and Marcus Ericsson, Ricciardo, Sainz, Sebastian Vettel and Bottas, Gasly, Grosjean, Stoffel Van Dorn and Brendan Hartley, Magnussen and Charles Leclerc rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
Alright, I want to know which dipshit predicted this weather. This weather was not in the forecast before the start of the race. Right then, so... well... We're going to be in for a little bit of a race today, aren't we? Looks like it's going to be light rain, then heavy rain, back to light, and then dry for the last couple of laps. So that could be very, very interesting indeed. But if we can make these intermediates last until around about when the heavy rain starts, we can come in, put the wets on, and then hopefully take the wets through to past the light rain stage, and then switch on to a pair of, I don't know, hypersofts probably towards the end of the race. That would be an idea. Whether it actually happens or not, we don't know. So we're just gonna go get on with it, and let's see what comes of it. no pressure because we've got a pink car of Sergio Perez right next to us. Well, here we go then, our second wet race in 3 races as we go underway in Mexico. Lights out and away we go. And it's a reasonable start for everyone, but look out, here comes Lance Stroll! Well, Lance has been king of these starts, hasn't he? No stopping the cadet. Whoa! Oh, that was Esteban Ocon giving us the boot as we save it into the first corner, and we're going to be side by side with Sergio Perez. Now he gives us the boot! These Force Indians are getting the elbows out! Have a word for yourself! Hey! I think they need to go give themselves the boot, as it's starting to get very tasty back here with the pink cars. That's Carlos Sainz challenging there in 5th place. So that's Perez and Ocon, this Sainz, and you got a whole gaggle of cars behind him, including one Fernando Alonso. But the Williams is at 1-2 at the moment, myself and Lance Stroll.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
We know all about that from America, don't we? Not that we needed to be reminded what happened in America, because it didn't happen, and we should have actually won that race. But we didn't win that race because we got absolutely bent over backwards by the Ferrari international assistants as we head back into the stadium section. That is Marcus Ericsson chasing down Fernando Alonso. Sauber Alfa Romeo against McLaren Renault down this long back straight, and you'd think it's basically a Ferrari engine in the back of that it should pass that Renault no problem. And in fact, look at him, he's gone for the move down the inside. How about this? Marcus Ericsson put the big boy pants on, and that'll be moved Marcus Ericsson up a place over Fernando Alonso. Look at this. This is tasty between Ricciardo and Vettel. That's Hulkenberg right behind them. This is getting pretty nasty between the former teammates. It looks like Vettel's going to get the jump on Ricciardo, but it may not be over yet. Nope, it's over. It's definitely over. We can now assure you that it's definitely over between those two. And never again will it be spoken of again as we start getting up close to the back of Lance Stroll. It looks like he's struggling in these wet conditions already. He doesn't like the wet, does young Stroll, as we nearly overrun the hairpin in the stadium section. But now out of the stadium into the Peralta corner, Nigel Mansell corner I should say, which was the Peralta hairpin. And here we go, down the long straight. Over DRS, no DRS because of the rain, but we've got Rich Mix and we've got Overtake, and this is going to be candy from the proverbial baby. England on Canada, thank you very much. Number 2 takes the number 1 and put me back into the lead. Now, if we could just remember not to cut any corners and not to spin like we did in Japan as we go back to young Max Verstappen, the winner of the American Grand Prix. And it looks like we're going to have the continuing woes of Fernando Alonso here. He's going to try to move on the outside. Why not? Oh, get you some, Max. That was easy on Fernando Alonso. Looks like Alonso's got no speed this weekend, which you do find surprising because normally that's... well, they've got the same engine, the Renault engine in the back of their cars, so why haven't they done something about it? As we... you've got to be close there. You can't do what you normally do in the dry as we head into the stadium now. We're up by a good second on our fastest lap. It's like a carnival atmosphere in this stadium, and that's what we like to see. As we head into the Nigel Mansell corner now down this long straight. I mean, you couldn't believe how long this straight is.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Well, we go back to the continuing woes of Fernando Alonso. And if he has this way, it looks like it's going to be Kimi Raikkonen that is going to pass him next. And this will be a no contest. That is the works Ferrari against the McLaren Renault. And That's like putting Vettel on a putt-putt and putting Raikkonen in an actual Ferrari. Because that was how good that was. That's probably the best analogy I can give for that one, because it's the only analogy I can give for that one. So if you believe the next lap should be Vettel passing young Master Alonso as we head into this tight, twisty complex. In the dry, this is probably one of the best complexes around, because the corners are actually faster than they look, but in the wet it's treacherous. Oh, we run wide again. Oh god, that's 2. We don't want another one. We really don't want another one. We know what happened last time. We definitely don't want another one. Let's try and keep it on the asphalt this time, please. We just don't want to go anywhere else. On the asphalt will do us very nicely. Thank you. Let's just keep it there. Start lap 5. Any moment now, I have a feeling we're going to be cutting to Fernando Alonso. Are we? No? Oh well. Looks like Alonso's kept Vettel at bay for, well, at least this lap, shall we say. Don't know if he'll be able to do that even more as we go. Oh, big slide out of turn 3. Woof. We had enough sliding at Japan. It was more like rallying than bloody Formula 1 there. Or the drift series that they do. I forget what the drift series is called over in Japan. Someone will tell me.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Into the mini stadium section in turn 6. They want us to pit a lap early.
Confirmed.
So we'll keep it at lap number 9, because we want updates constantly on this heavy rain that we're expecting any time now. So if we can just keep it on the island and then go to these wet tyres around about lap 9, we should be in the catbird seat if they all pit early for the inters. That's the feeling anyway. It's also the theory, and we like theories. We also like theorems. We don't much like theorems over theories, but we'll go with whatever we need to go for. So let's cut to Fernando Alonso, shall we? Any time now, Mr. Director, because I think, yeah, here we go. Oh, well, Fernando Alonso's woes are about to continue, because he's about to be passed by Sebastian Vettel, I think, into the first corner here. That's the case. This is going to be candy from a baby. Vettel absolutely on it. Here he goes, he's gaining, he's going to try the outside of turn 1. That worked for a guy named Verstappen, but I think Alonso's wise to it now. Yep, go on, get your elbows out there, Frankie. Yeah! Take some of that, Sebastian. That's if we look back from Ricardo there, I don't know why we did that. So, Alonso ran deep there, but he'll hold Vettel off again. That's the guy that Vettel replaced at Ferrari. So no love lost there between them three. We got former teammates at Red Bull and former Ferrari drivers as well. As we come into the stadium section, Lance Stroll's a good 4 seconds behind us. So we've got the pace on Stroll in the wet. It's all about if we can not bin it as we run very wide before the Nigel Mansell corner. We don't want to go
15 minutes till we see this heavy rain ease up into light rain.
In trouble. That's the one thing.
We're expecting you in around 2 laps, and we'll be putting you on the intermediate tyres.
Here comes Alonso. Yep, there comes Alonso. That's all this episode will be called, the continuing woes of Fernando Alonso. He'll be on the radio screaming to his engineer, GP2, GP2 engine, something like that. There's the pass for Sebastian Vettel. He got that done well before the first corner. In fact, he got that done so far before the first corner that I can't even think of a good analogy for that. We'll have to think of a good analogy. We got green flags there for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. As we run very wide out of turn 7, heading down towards turn number 8 here, and ran a little wide there through 9 and now 10, a little wide. It's trying to sneak out us into this car here. As we've run very wide in that corner. Kevin Magnussen's out of the race, and well, here's why. So I imagine Kevin Magnussen's going to start coughing, spluttering, choking. I mean, it looks alright at the minute, mind you can't tell because of the spray, but he's certainly gaining on whoever that is. That looks like Brendan Hartley he's having a fight with. And then, oh, no, he dies. That's the end of that. It looks like, yeah, he's just, he's died. No engine failure, he's just, he's putting around now. So yeah, I think he'll pull over to the side somewhere over here. That's why the flags are out. There you go. So that's why the greens are out. It's actually for Kevin Magnussen retiring. Oh boy. Can you guess what's about to happen here, folks? I'll give you all a moment to have a think about it, have a guess what Daniel Ricciardo might be about to do to Fernando Alonso. Yep, round the outside. Why not? Oh, he's not even level, is Ricciardo. Oh, well, we'll give Alonso that one. Alonso holds off Daniel Ricciardo, and I think he's still in the points, is Fernando, somehow. Don't ask me how, but somehow. And so yeah, back to our race. There's not much you can really say here because we're coming up to the pit stop, but I think it's probably going to be the necessary pit stop because I think these Inters could, if we were to, go to the end of this race. Whether they would go to the end of the race, we haven't got a clue. But, yeah.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
It's an interesting choice now, because right about now the heavy rain's coming down. So do you stay on the Inters or do you switch to the wets? That's the choice now everyone's got to make. I would imagine if we get a little Larry out of turn 1, now into turn 2, we're getting really Larry in the first chicane. Don't want to be too much more leery than that, because then you start calling yourself Dermot. Football fans will have got that reference, as opposed to F1 fans. But yeah, it's looking pretty easy at the moment as we come out at 6 and 7.
We're reaching the point where you're going to start aquaplaning with those tyres. We think you're alright for now, but it might not be long before we switch to the full wets.
Which is, in the dry it's reasonable speed, but then they just ramp the speed up through to 11
virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
That's going to neutralise the race a little bit, and here's why I imagine the virtual safety cars come out. That's Valtteri Bottas we're looking at. Now what's he about to go and do? Is he about to go and blow an engine as well? He's right behind Pierre Gasly here, the young Frenchman. As we go on the wing camera with the young Frenchman. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, they're side by side. Not noticing. Oh, what happened there? He's got a puncture. Bottas has a puncture. Yeah, there it is. Front right. Must have come into contact with the side of Gasly.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
We're going to get the hammer down. Bye-bye. Goodbye. So now we're on lap 10. Now comes a choice. And it's a case of what is that choice going to be? Do you just go straight for it, or do we just go the hell for it and say stay on these tyres? It's either stay on the tyres or pit. And well, the tyres are actually we're halfway through this race, they're in pretty good nick, so the feeling is there to stay out, because it's going to dry up apparently at the end of the race. So we may just stay out and let these guys have their pit stop and see what we can do on really old tyres to the end of this race. But everything looks in good nick, so let's just go for it. To hell with it, let's go for it. Why not? Let's just go for it and see what happens here as we come out of the Nigel Mansell corner to start lap number 11. on board with Lance Stroll. And Lance and looks like, is Perez following him? Yeah, so these two are pitted. So they've waited till lap 10 to come fit new inters on. Are they going inters or are they going wets? It's to be an interesting choice here. What are we going, boys? It's new inters. So that was going to be the call. It's going to be inter for inter. In fact, I think they triggered everyone coming in now. Somebody's gone past. Who's that that's gone past? There, Vettel has gone past. So he's going to go a lap longer. Or maybe he's going to do what we're going to plan to do, which is stay out on these inters now. I think we've got to stay out. We're committed now. It's one of those that we're committed to the cause. By the way, do you know what we did just while they were pitting? Yeah, we did this. The writing's on the wall for Bottas. He's about to be lapped. Any moment now, I'll be getting the call over the radio from Toto to say that I'm going to be a Mercedes driver. Oh, big slide out of turn 5. We're going to get the call saying we're a Mercedes driver next season. We're going to be replacing Bottas. It's myself and Hamilton, the dream team, in at the Silver Arrows, and hopefully that'll be the case. See if we can win a Drivers' Championship and win a Constructors'
Remember,
Championship.
box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
I don't even know what that message was all about, but it was about something. So yeah, let's carry on. I said 7 to go. We're committed now. We've got to be committed to this strategy. If we don't commit fully, then we may as well just not bother. If we try to
Say again, you're breaking up.
But they won't give me the weather report.
Heavy rain will pass in 5 minutes and will be replaced by light rain conditions. It's hard to say if inters or wets are better right now.
So there you go. It's too close to call between the wets and the inters. And the wet this stretch of rain is going to be ended in 5 minutes or so. So Lance is 25 seconds, nearly 26
We're at plus
seconds
1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target plus 1.
I just think we've got to stay out now. We really have to, because we've kind of committed ourselves to this dry weather coming. And then when the dry weather comes at the end of the race, then we'll slap on the hypers and just go for it. Because that's what we're doing at the moment. We get a nice slide out of turn 9. See if we get an equally nicer slide through 11 and 12. But no slide, so all looking good. Tyres are looking good as well.
The heavy rain will pass in about 5 minutes. We'll then be working with light rain conditions.
Yeah, you told us about the rain already, so I asked you about that earlier and you didn't want to give me an answer. So yeah, I think we've got to, haven't we, really? We've committed ourselves now to staying out and just going for this, because it's something that it's got to be done now. We can't afford to mess around here. We've got to do it now. Just go for it, and if the tyres catch up to us, then the tyres catch up to us. And if Lance wins the race, fair enough, fair play. So let's just try not to burn them out now as best we can. Excuse me, but it is all looking rather pedestrian, shall we say? Enough said. But yeah, I don't think the fans are enjoying it this much, because we're certainly not hearing the cheers. Mind you, maybe they've all gone.
We're leading our teammate by 25.6 seconds.
Yes, we know we're leading Lance by 26 seconds. We can see that very clearly on the. Oh, it's 25.3 now. So maybe this wasn't a good idea after all. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have stayed out. Maybe we should have pitted onto a fresh set of inters. Might have even got a fastest lap out of it. But well, we've already got the fastest lap, so we needn't complain about that. As we come round to start lap number 14, 5 laps to go in the Mexican Grand Prix. Not a lot is happening. apart from we're out in the lead by about 25.5 seconds. The tyres look good. There's no serious wear to them. It's all looking rather bleak at the moment. It's all looking like it's going to blow up in people's faces, which is not what we wanted in the slightest. We actually wanted to keep it as a competitive race, but I can see we're coming up. We've got someone going into the S complex. I think there was Brendan Hart, or maybe Pierre Gasly, because I know Hartley and Gasly, they were struggling this weekend.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And try out their engine as we come out of Nigel Mansell comes Esteban Ocon, who's got Lewis Hamilton for company right behind him. I wonder if, I see Mercedes on Mercedes, I wonder if Hamilton's going to get him some here. I think he is. He's going to be close, he's going to have a go at the outside, but no, Ocon's going to, oh, Ocon goes a little deep. Come back, Esteban. There you go. Good boy. Good boy.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Off Hamilton. You can see now we've come forward to lap 18 because, yeah, it really was that boring. No other passes were made on the track. We increased our gap to 26.5 seconds, and really it's been pedestrian. It's been a bit of a canter. It's just been absolutely dominant by ourselves. We didn't make a pit stop in the end. The pyros go off for the green, white and red of Mexico. Out of Nigel Mansell corner. We're going to get victory 13 of the season. We're back on top of the world.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
Brilliant stuff from Williams today. What a superb victory. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Williams are your winners today. Poole increases their championship lead. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel. People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So we bring home yet another 1-2 for Williams MArtini Racing. Thank you very much. I think the telling thing there was the fact that we didn't stop at all. The Inters just held on and they held on and they held on, and in the end, boom, thank you very much. Looks like Stoffel didn't score again. In fact, no, where is Stoffel? There he is, in 16th. What a scrub. I looked at what happened to Bottas, unless he was what the VSC was for. That would be interesting, but he actually got lapped. Oh, you can tell which way this is going to be going for next season, can't you? Woohoo! Let's have a look at the race director, see what happened there. Well, not a lot happened. There's a few bumps and scrapes in the first corner, but after that was about it, apart from Magnussen's DNF. Oh well, I think we better go and see what that cheeky little Scottish minx has got to say for herself before we head to the shop.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
Nah.
How are you feeling after that win?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll compliment the aero department.
Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there.
Oh, maybe give him the old cocky answer.
What do you think made the difference between this weekend and last weekend?
There was no difference. We won, and we should have won. So we'll just compliment the chassis department there.
Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today?
No, I hate the rain.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate your time. Dear me, we were scraping the barrel there as far as some of those moves were concerned. Oh, that should give us another little bit to give to Williams.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium.
It's always fantastic to see me on the podium, Emma. So don't say stuff like that. See if we can give Williams something else. A little something something. There, we'll give him that. She good in that? Nah, I think actually we'll start saving now. We'll start saving and give him a going away present. Maybe we could upgrade the chassis fully for them, so they have the best chassis on the grid. Another victory, folks. Another victory. Oh, how many victories is that this season? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 victories on the season. People are going to start calling me Schumacher at that rate. But yeah, life is good. It's all good. So I think we'll leave it. How did Lance do? Oh yeah, he's extended the lead on Vettel. He's got second place locked as Lance. 600. We got double the points of Force India. Mercedes is in 5th. How is Bottas doing compared to Hamilton? Where is Hamilton? There he is. Hamilton on 95. Bottas on 84. Can I go back? Yeah, let's go back this way. So season 2, Bottas got 88, Hamilton got 143, and in season 1, Hamilton 287 to Bottas's 263. I think the writing's on the wall there as far as I'm concerned. So that's gonna do it from Mexico. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and we shall see you for the next race at Brazil. Take care.